Things are looking very different from the last update I did on the eBay, Etsy and Pepper Seeds. A lot of growth, a lot of chilies. If you remember from the last video, I put all the experimental seeds on this side of the greenhouse just to make it easier for me to show you each of the plants. And as you can see, they're doing quite nicely. We'll start over here with the candy cane chocolate cherry. Such a gorgeous plant. And this one, who is it from? It is from Red Dragon. And we have two of them, and they both are growing pretty consistently. There's another one over here. You can see this lovely striping on the pods. And I think we even have a ripe one. Well, starting to ripen up. Beautiful. And the leaves also, I mean, the whole plant is just stunning. So very pleased with that. Red Dragon did a good job with these, with the consistency of them. Check at that, it's got a dark striping on it. In fact, I think we have one that's even riper over here. This is a third plant I'm growing like this. And you can see that striping is still there even when it's fully ripened. And we have a bit of a calcium deficiency in there. But we can kind of see where this is going to end up. Yeah, looking forward to trying them. This one here, I believe, is the Red Tiger. And I don't see too much red going on, but maybe they're still going to ripen. Kind of doubt it. So yeah, this is a Red Tiger. It's from Holy Fire Chili Company. And all the pods on here look this dark purple, nearly black. I mean, it's a pretty plant, don't get me wrong, and it's prolific in terms of its size, not necessarily the pods. And we have got a lot of flowers coming through, so probably going to have a few more pods. We'll keep an eye on that, and I'll report back on the next video. This one here, let's see what that is. It's got some little orange pods there. And it is meant to be the big red mama. So this looks like a little bit of a fail. They're not big, and they're not red. Not yet, at least. This is from Red Dragon as well. I mean, the pods, they do seem to be ripening to a dark orange. But we will see. Big red mama, they should be quite a lot bigger than that. I am growing some other big red mama, and they are certainly bigger than that. Similar to the big black mama, they're almost like half the size of your fist. So I'd consider that one a fail for the moment. But who knows? Maybe it does ripen to red. Maybe they do get bigger a little bit later. I mean, it's a healthy looking plant. I'll give it that much. But not a ton of fruit. Still got flowers coming through. It is going to be a late season, so we may see some changes a little bit later on. While we're in here, let's take a look at this. Look at that tail. This here is a big mustard mama. Still green, so we'll see how that ripens up, but check at that. That is gnarly. It's one of mine from my store. That one doesn't have as much of a tail, but still very gnarly. And yeah, there we go. There's a nice sized pod. That's what you expect to see. And that there will get rather large. And these things are stinking hot. Interestingly enough, here is another big mustard mama. This one is from Red Dragon, so it's not one of mine. And it's interesting. There's quite a few varieties on this. So if you have a look at that, I would say that's more like a naga than a big mustard mama. But you have a look at this, and it's got a bit more of a gnarly sort of skin to it. And over there as well, but it does look a little different to my ones. There are, however, some lovely pods on here as well, so it's quite a variety going on. This is beautiful. Look at that. There, that's what I would expect to see. So yeah, interesting to see so many different shapes on this. And the earlier pods, which are starting to ripen, they are ripening to that mustard color. They're a bit smooth skinned, but it looks like the second flush of chilies on this are looking a bit more true to type. The plant itself is actually a little smaller than my one. If we go have a look again, this is my big mustard mama. And yeah, but you can see the type of pods. I really love having that little stinger on. But yeah, they're fairly similar. So we'll give it a bit more time and see how these turn out. But I think this is gonna be a bit of a scorcher, especially that one. Over here is our basket of fire, and it's doing quite well. This is from Ed Robb on eBay. He's the guy who sent me seeds without any labels on. But yeah, he did confirm this is a basket of fire, and it does look it. You can see them all showing up like that. It'll look a lot prettier once all of these ripen, but no, it's a healthy looking plant, and pretty happy with that. Yeah. So got off to a rocky start, but I think at the end it looks like it's going to do quite nicely. And in the corner over here, I think it's another super hot. I'll just move that out the way. I'm guessing it's some kind of naga. You can see a small little pod there, very tiny plant. Let's check what it is. It's a yellow naga morich, and that is from eBay as well. That's Tamra 80. Just late harvest, I think, that are going to come off here. The plant is still very small. Yeah, that's the only pod I can actually see on here for now. But there still is time. We're only, middle of August now. So we have another month and a bit, and it might come into its own. Being inside the greenhouse, sheltered from the wind at the moment, is gorgeous, very, very hot. And there's a bit of a storm brewing here in the UK at the moment, and that's why the wind is picking up like it is. Hopefully things stay safe. And talking of storms, let's have a look at the so-called Pepper X plants. Now let me be clear before I show you these plants, because as much as I say it in all the previous videos on this experiment, you guys, I don't know if you're not watching the whole video or not, but these are in no way, shape or form actually Pepper X. Whether Pepper X even exists, I would question, but these seeds for sure are not Pepper X because they aren't being released. Nobody actually has them. And the company that's selling these, they are very unethical. I think that it's ridiculous that they're actually doing this. And yes, I am calling you guys out. It's insane that you're misleading people about these seeds, especially for the price you're selling them at. You know, just be honest with what they are. Now let's take a look at these, and you can make up your own mind if you think they actually are Pepper X. I have 3 of these so-called Pepper X plants in this greenhouse. This is one of them. It doesn't look like there are any pods yet. There are some flowers starting out. Nothing special to really show you here. The plant looks fairly healthy, pretty compact, small. We do, however, have pods on the other 2 plants. So this is one of them. You can see these little pods coming through. And if you want to know what a Pepper X is meant to look like, according to Ed Curry, it is meant to look like a big mustard mama. Whether that's actually what he's showing or not, who knows? But the skin is meant to be all gnarly, and if you have a look here, these are more like habaneros. There's a bit of gnarliness going on, but they are fairly smooth. So this is on that plant over here. Now some of these pods, nice-ish size. Potentially 7-pot habaneros. We'll see when they start ripening. This plant is another Pepper X plant, and at least the flowers are pretty consistent. But this also has some pods on it. Same kind of pods as I just showed you. But some of them are ripening up, and they're ripening up to yellow. Yellow, yeah. Well, the Pepper X has been shown to be many different colors. Mainly this mustard sort of color, but I have seen also some dark red and a few others. I've never seen yellow, and these here are coming through as yellow. Now, some of these pods are actually quite nice, so you know, don't mislead people and tell them that they're getting something they're not. Just tell them what it is. They'll still be happy to buy them. You just won't be able to sell them for the price you're selling them. So there you have it, an update on the so-called Pepper X plants, as well as some of the other plants from this experiment. Now, I didn't show you all the plants from the experiment. I will do that on the final video in the series, which will come in probably the next 3 weeks to a month, depending on when we get these all ripening up. Because in the last video, I want to try some of these pods. The candy cane striped, for example, I would love to try that one, and I'm hoping it tastes good. But even if it doesn't, I'm still going to grow it again next year. I would recommend going get some of those seeds because they're awesome. That's from Red Dragon. The season is finally getting into full swing. If you look behind me in Big Chump, my large greenhouse, those plants are looking gorgeous and they are nearly doubling in size every few weeks. So pretty happy with how things are going. I hope that your season is doing fantastically, and I can't wait to see you on the next video. And until then, stay spicy.